Hi, good evening. My name is Sue, and again, I'd like to address a cemetery in Wendell, Massachusetts. Now, it's a very, very small cemetery with only 5 people in it. They all died of the smallpox. I have some information on each one of them. The first one is Patty Caruth Hager. She was born the 23rd of April 1782 in Phillipston in Worcester County, Massachusetts. That's not too far away from where she actually died. She died March 16th, 1833, age 50 in Halifax, Windham County, Vermont, and was buried in the smallpox cemetery because she died of smallpox. And her parents were James Carruth, who lived from 1737 to 1812, and Lucy Gary Caruth, 1751 to 1803. She was married to Elijah Hager, and they were married around 1800 from 1781 to 1860 was his life. She had a sister Lucy, a brother maybe a girl, Jemina Caruth Sawyer, 1778 to 1833, James Caruth, 1780 to 1847, Azarbia Caruth Powers, 1782 to 1858, Levi Caruth, and Lavana Caruth, and one more, William. Now she had 3 children, Eunice Hager, Elijah Hager, and John Hager, who all, her oldest was Elijah. He lived until 1902. Inscription, wife of Patty, wife of Elijah Hager, Esquire of Halifax, Vermont, died March 16th, 1833 of smallpox, age 51. The next one is Otis Holbrook. He was from New York, and he died on March 3rd, 1833. He was buried in Wendell, Franklin County, Massachusetts, in the smallpox cemetery. He died of smallpox at age 29. He had 2 children, Patient Holbrook Dean and Minerva Holbrook Bassett. There's not too much more information on him. The next one is Jabez Sawyer. Was born 13 October 1770 in Lancaster, Worcester County, Massachusetts, and died on the 28th of January 1849 at age 78. He died of the smallpox. His parents was Joseph Sawyer. He was married to Jemina Caruth Sawyer, who we just saw it, had died also. He had a brother Joseph, a brother Amaria, and a sister Persis. He had 4 children, Jabez, Jemina, Lavina, and Lydia. They all lived until quite a bit longer. The next one is another Sawyer, is Jemina, who was mentioned beforehand. She was born on the 27th of April 1778 in Templeton, not too far away. She died 11 March 1833 at age 54 in Wendell and is buried at the smallpox cemetery. She had James Caruth and Lucy Caruth were her parents. She was married to Jabez Sawyer. She had Lucy, James, Azabula, Patty, Levi, Lavina, and William as brothers and sisters. And she had 4 children, Jabez, Jemina, Lavina, and Lydia. Well, this is another sad thing. This is Lydia Sawyer, born March 15, 1815 in Wendell, Died 11 February, age 21, Wendell Depot, Franklin County, Massachusetts. And also died of the smallpox. As you can see, she was all related to the same thing. Her parents were Jabez and Jamina Sawyer, and her sisters and brothers were Jabez, Jamina, and Lavina. Just a sad story. The cemeteries here, and I also did some EVPs for your information. You can see if you hear anything. I am leaving my equipment there, and I will be doing a full-blown investigation within the first few days. So that noise meant that I am now recording. I am here at the Wendell Smallpox Cemetery, where there are a few burials, all of people who died of smallpox. They're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's a long hike on a dead road to get to them. So today I'm going to try to contact them. Is there anybody here who would like to contact me? If you can, speak up and say something. Can you rap on something? Can you knock on a rock? Is anybody here? This is Wendell Ma. Now what I do is I shut this off and I'm going to listen, okay? So let me see if I hear anything. Now Wendell's a small town now, but the cemetery here is very small. I think some stones are missing, but let me go over what we have. I do have information. As you can see, there once was a gate, and there's a large stone wall going all around it. Let me start with this one. In memory of Mrs. Jemina, wife of Mr. John Sawyer, who died of the smallpox, March 11th, 1833, age 51. Sad. Everybody in here died of smallpox. And it was very contagious, so they didn't want anybody to catch it. So they put them out in the middle of nowhere. This is Jabez Sauter, age, died January 28, 1849. Like I said, I have the information on him. Here's Mrs. Lydia Geyer, daughter of John. The information on hers is I have it, so I can tell you. But this is her grave. Down just a few steps is another gravestone. This one is Otis Holbrook of Wilson, New York, died March 5th, 1855 of smallpox. He was 29. Now, I walked quite a ways to get to this. It's quite a walk. That was treacherous. Bowling, daughter of Elisad, died March 6, 1853 of smallpox. Anybody here that would like to speak, go ahead. I'm going to count to 3, and I want to hear you say 4, okay? 1, 2, 3. In case I didn't give you time, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to count to 3, and I'd like to hear you say 4. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to watch and see what I get. Just a beautiful scenery out here. What is your name? Did you have any children? Do you wonder where they are? I live in Montague, just a few miles from here. I'm very interested in people that lived a long time ago, and I'm aware that you are buried here because of your illness. I am very sorry that that happened. However, it's very interesting to me that you've had all this peace and quiet for all these years, and perhaps you have something you'd like to say. So I'm going to give you a moment to say anything. Hello, goodbye, get out, anything. Now tomorrow I'm going to come by and I'm going to leave my cameras here. Do you object to anyone taking a picture? If you do, speak up and let me know.